These women are destroying your love life. The comment section with Brad Cooper. It's the Brad Cooper stream, which means it's a Brad Cooper video, which means it will always be interesting. And today, as I understood from the thumbnail, we are going to talk about AI girlfriends, which is a subject that has been bothering me for a while because I've been reading articles about it and I've been investigating this topic by myself. And let me tell you, it is freaking me out. It is genuinely freaking me out how popular and how common now it looks like to have an AI girlfriend, how easy it is. And the problem is that the easier it gets in this way, it makes it even scarier because you know, just imagine in 10 years, yeah, with now the existence of OnlyFans, and if you add AR girlfriends to this, how will society suffer? It won't die, it won't vanish, and people will still have real life relationships, but oh my god, it will shift weirdly and maybe even badly. Let's watch what Brad has to say about this.
The website for it, it has 21 million impressions. They're not even like hiding the fact that it is purely utilitarian, that they view women as utilitarian. Unnecessary, yeah. Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. We have not discussed artificial intelligence in a bit, and I'm sorry to inform you, but the situation for men and women is not getting any better in terms of AI. In fact, it is only getting worse. And every time I do one of these episodes, I just want to crawl into a hole and die, because that is the state of affairs. My timeline this week has been chock full of AI women and discourse about AI women in relationships, and we just have to talk about. We are back on AI. Before we jump in, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section episode. All right.
Again, when she was saying this, she also meant my channel, so don't forget to do exactly the same that she said, and you won't miss any new reaction or any new stream.
So the first thing I saw was this New York Post article. It's just so dystopian. They posted it a couple of days ago, but their caption reads, tech exec predicts AI girlfriends will create $1 billion business. Comfort at the end of the day.
No, I can't criticize them, but I'm also genuinely impressed. Like imagine creating this business where you can get like, because basically this is not illegal, you know. You're selling a service, you're selling design. I don't know, like it is impressive. It's scary, but it is impressive.
And then there, of course, are a couple AI women for you guys to marvel at. But you know what also gives you comfort at the end of the day? A real girlfriend, or even better, a wife who will be with you, hopefully, for the entirety of your life. Crazy idea, I know, way too traditional, I should just shut up. I mean, it's already bad
Way too hard. You forgot the biggest problem.
enough that we have monetized through and workers, but now AI is monetizing and commodifying relationships and comfort, human personal things, which is why this is just so disturbing. Somebody
I mean, sex work, porn, and the things that she blurred and beeped. It was the same thing. You should. It was actually the same thing because you did get into some deep personal human connections and monetize it. So AI girlfriends are just the next step to it.
commented and said, absolutely, this is just a deeper extension of what started. OnlyFans continued, and isolated emasculation did to an entire generation of young men. It is inevitable. Great. That is so positive. Love to hear that.
It's over. We are screwed.
The article went into more depth, saying Greg Eisenberg, CEO of Late Checkout, wrote a blog post on X in which he shared that he met a man in Miami who admitted to me that he spends $10,000 a month on AI girlfriends. Quote, I thought that he was kidding, Eisenberg wrote, but he's a 24-year-old single guy who loves it. Like, women, we should have to level with each other. If this is what a 24-year-old man in Miami prefers,
in Miami, where you got so many choices. If I actually believe the stuff they're saying there, you have so many choices, and that is the choice you make. Well, women, you are screwed. I'm gonna explain why it's a women's problem later if Brad doesn't mention it before me.
We have got to do better. I don't know what we have to do to fix the situation, but it is just wild. Like, if you're really just looking for a companion, a dog is a much better option than an AI girlfriend. And plus, when you get a dog, then you can buy rough greens to make.
Oh yeah, then you can spend money so that Brad could earn them. Of course, that is why. That's the only reason why you mentioned them.
The minds of millions of men, if they've not already been destroyed by. Let's be honest. However, it will absolutely destroy modern feminism, and women will become jealous of these AI women, ultimately creating a movement that denounces any kind of non-human relationship.
Why aren't you laughing?
I've heard this joke before.
Because they will be better. That is comment number one. What I want to make is that you got to understand that we often talk about that AI will never outbeat the human being, but here we're not talking about AI beating a human being. We're talking about AI outbeating how do I say it correctly? A relationship between human beings. So what an AI should do, it shouldn't be better than that girl, but it should be a better companion than that girl. And the thing is that this like relationship and companionship, it has its own problems. Now what AI can do is it can come in and say, okay, i will uh, I will be eliminate all the bad stuff you don't like in her and only bring the good stuff that you want. Moreover, I can even bring the bad stuff that you want and even make them worse. The problem is that you're not competing now all like it's not a competition between the whole human being between all human beings, yeah, between 8 billions against artificial intelligence, which is why humans will never lose to robots. But it's actually a one a one girlfriend against artificial intelligence. It's against one. It's not even against all the girlfriends, because all girlfriends are different in the sense what they specifically bring as a girlfriend, whereas a human being is like together the human nature can compete against AI. One human being can, two probably can, but together they will never take humans over.
I mean, I guess there's always a positive, you know? I kind of say that with the trans stuff as well. Like, maybe this will just wake women up by the end of the day. Maybe the tech guys have cracked the code to ending modern feminism via AI. We can hope. I'll focus on that. Anyway, back to the article. Eisenberg said that he was told by the man, I love that I could use voice notes now with my AI girlfriend. I get to customize my AI girlfriend, the man told Eisenberg, likes, dislikes, etc. It is comfort at the end of the day.
Again, something that you can do with a real woman.
Understand just on a surface level how this can seem appealing and easy because it's customizable. You don't have to deal with a real human being.
We seem to be made to suffer.
But as a woman, that feels so icky. Not even icky, it just feels disgusting because our essence and our role in a man's life is just being cheapened down to an object.
Ooh, you're a real dreamboat.
Billy everything.
And I think this could do to relationships what did to sex, which is sell men a curated idea of what it actually is, an idea that is totally undesirable and sometimes unattainable to normal women, which then only hurts us and our relations with men because we are not living up to what they have been conditioned to respond to through or perfectly designed AI relationships, because again, none of it is real. And just because something is appealing because it's easy does not mean that it is right or good. I promise you, the real thing is always better. Somebody commented and said, girlfriends who can't say.
The problem was the real thing. And it's something that she doesn't mention. I don't know why, so that's why I'm going to interrupt her here. Is that it is hard. She said that a real life thing will always be better. And I agree with her, but only on the end result. you forgot to, because the end result includes that you are going to, for let's say, first find that girl, which is already a problem. It's not something that you can create. Gonna find someone with their, like, problems and flaws. You're going to have to impress them, or I don't know, make them spot you. As a guy, you have to make a girl spot you, or you have to make her interested in you. Then you have to not lose that interest, keep it up. And eventually, yes, eventually the end result is great. It's amazing because it's a lovable wife. It's the mother of your children. It's actually forever happiness. And you know why it becomes happiness? Because you learn how to deal with the flaws. So because the real woman will always have her problems, and it's by knowing how to deal with them, how to still stay happy even when you face them, that is what builds real happiness, which is something that an AI girlfriend doesn't provide. She doesn't give you these lessons that you need to learn along the way. She just gives you the perfect end result. That is why weak men go there. And I will expand on this opinion in a second.
I know. Wonder who this might appeal to. Yeah, I think this would be a good time to remind everybody about the sexual violence that has increased in our society thanks to that is directly linked to pornography usage. Moving on, the article then got into the websites that men like this use for their relationships. This is not an instruction manual, gentlemen. This is for research purposes. I'm watching you. Candy AI bills itself as the ultimate AI girlfriend experience, which offers virtual companions for immersive and personalized chats. Cupid AI says that it uses AI algorithms to generate virtual and fictional characters, or companions, with whom one can communicate through voice notes. It's kind of like dating apps. You're not only on one, the Miami man said. Oh, so you have multiple AI girlfriends on multiple platforms, apparently. Eisenberg, that's the CEO, said that he was left.
You want a blonde girl today, you take the blonde. You want a dark-haired girl today, you take the dark-haired. The choices are unlimited.
Speechless by the encounter, and predicted that somebody will build the AI version of Match Group and make $1 billion plus. And Match Group is apparently the parent company of dating apps such as Tinder, Match.com, Hinge, OkCupid, and Plenty of Fish. Which, by the way, I did not know that they were all owned by one company. That's suspicious. They're profiting off of our loneliness. Maybe just think twice about that. Anyway, for the good of society, guys, we should not do this. Somebody commented and said, I would rather just talk to myself and look crazy for free. Same. Thank you very much. Now, obviously, we have talked about the AI girlfriends before. We have plenty of episodes. We can link some of them below. I'm sure you know what I think about them. We have also talked about the sex robots before and the AI sex robots. But guys, it's really happening now. Look at this video that was posted on X last week. And this is an advertisement for a real product that is in development.
No. No.
My team didn't watch this before I put it into the episode, and they are very, very shocked.
Allosaurus had never seen such bullshit before.
So that thing at the end, which you
bullshit.
might already know about,
I can explain
is a
why.
sex toy for guys. And this specific one that is in the advertisement is being created by the poster of this video. And this one will apparently be connected to a computer system so that you can choose and swipe and pick whichever AI woman you're talking to and interacting with as you use the toy that he is creating. Ashley St. Clair.
Now, the reason why I said it's not bullshit is because, well, this is how every business works. It sees a human problem, it gives you a solution, and it finds its clients base, which will be willing to pay for this solution. Now, porn did the same, OnlyFans did the same. Now we're going to artificial intelligence girlfriends. And the thing is, why at the beginning I say that it won't really erase the human society, why it still be possible to get girlfriends and get and create human beings, and the society will still be moving forward, is because all of this is targeted towards weak men. And I can explain why weak men, because weak men are those who don't want to face the challenges. The weak man is not the one who, I don't know, can't lift the most. The weak man is not the one who can't figure out any problem. The weak man is the one that doesn't want to face it. And a real woman is a problem, and as well as a real man is in dating, because all of what we have is a big problem. But a real woman is a problem, and the relationship is something that you have to like to figure it out. Okay, problem maybe doesn't sound very well. Let's say it's a puzzle. Let's say it's a puzzle. Foreign boy Ryan, thank you for the subscription on Twitch. Appreciated it. Shout out to you, man. So, UWSG. I don't get the slang, sorry. But I want to expand on the problem. So what I was Yeah, sure, go ahead, Sutton. What I was talking about is the fact that strong man would still want to get a real girl. So they will still keep trying. They will still keep texting. That they would still continue on, I don't know, talking to them. They will still continue taking them out on dates. They will still continue accepting their flaws and problems and etc., because eventually they will get to the end result. It's like a video game. Everything you do in life is a video game. A relationship is a video game. A business is a video game. Everything is similar to a video game. Now, the thing is that although this all AI thing starts to happen now, yes, it will take a lot of man, it will take a lot of human beings into it, because this is not only for man, you know. Women will also have AI boyfriends. Trust me, the only reason why AI girlfriends are so popular is the same why in porn the women are more popular. The OnlyFans is also women dominating sphere, because you know the sexual acceptance, the sexual challenge to get a woman was always harder than getting a man. But coming back to what I was saying, the reason why it still won't be that huge of a problem is because you don't really need a very strong man, So to say, there's the barrier of this weak man isn't that high as we expect, and even let's say it will grow in by two times. If it's 5% at now, it will only grow to 10. Yes, it's a lot, it's two times, but it's still only 10%. You still have the other 90. So what I'm trying to say is, and this is another reason why it won't grow that fast, is because women will face the same problem. They will have creating, they will be creating artificial boyfriends for themselves, the weak women, and the strong women, which really aren't that strong, will be trying to get a real life boyfriend, which doesn't necessarily have to be on the top of the boyfriend scale, but he has to be real. So he has to be a real man. And eventually you need one. This is the golden rule of love. At the end of the day, you just need one. Foreign boy Ryan, AI boyfriends and girlfriends is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, but I mean, when porn got created, I'm sure that was considered crazy. OnlyFans was considered crazy. This thing will be crazy until it passes some time. Then people will just think of it as disgusting. But it will eventually turn into our everyday lives.
Quote tweeted this and said, the birth rate is doomed. But interestingly, the creator of this sex toy does not think so. He writes on X a lot, and he seems to believe that by separating reproductive sex and non-reproductive sex, where you are just engaging in it for pleasure, you're not trying to make a child, by separating that and taking it off the table, having men just engage with his toy and AI girlfriends, it will force reproductive sex to boom again, which then will save humanity.
I was about to say that it was good marketing for his product until I heard the last quote, because that really did sound bad. If he were just to say that, okay, we're creating this toy so that you can have unrisk sex and then go and have, like, when you want to have a child, you actually go and have it, that would be a good advertisement, because then you go and say, okay, you pick a problem, and your problem isn't only attached around lonely men, but it is also attached around the risks that uh, that any kind of sex can bring, and you kind of solve it with bringing up this toy. It sounds weird, but I'm not defending this toy. Again, for those of you watching, I am not a defender of all of this, but I'm trying to rationally think and point out the good things that I can spot in someone.
Is literally what he wrote in one of his tweets. I don't quite understand this. Twitter also doesn't seem to understand this or care, which made me feel better about not understanding it. Somebody commented and said, when you make distractions for males to make them more antisocial, you make the problem worse, not better. Seems to be common sense. I agree, unless he means that real sex would then become a hotter commodity in the marketplace of sex that people would want to strive for. I genuinely do not understand. Would love more clarification. Maybe you guys get it. You can let me know. Somebody else commented and said, the education system wherever you are has failed you. This mindset sets society back in terms of women's rights. This idea makes women the object. Completely agree. Something that can only be
But
used.
you got to talk about AI boyfriends also. Come on. The reason why we talk about AI girlfriends is not because AI boyfriends don't exist, but because AI girlfriends are more popular in the market. It's the same reason why we talk about men's basketball. It's not because there is no women's basketball, so we only get one type to talk about. No, it's because it is a more popular thing on the market. But you can't go out there and say that men's basketball is sexist because it is talked more about. No, it is talked more about because people want to talk about it more than the women's basketball. Not because uh, it's the only other thing. It's the only thing there is to talk about. So I kind of get what. No, I actually don't get it. I disagree with you, Mag. Find a better argument.
For reproduction. Yes, it is very Handmaid's Tale, if you've ever read that book or watched the Hulu show. She goes on and says, this mindset that sex can only be used for reproduction is so outdated. Somebody else said, sex is not supposed to be a trade. Why do you see it as that? If you step out of your online views on sex and you form a meaningful relationship with a woman, you will realize that sex isn't about trading. Sadly, in our current society, these seem to be profound takes, but they are not chronically online takes from Twitter, which I always like to see because apparently these people live in the real world, maybe have interacted with a woman. Basically, I think the only thing that this will do, that the AI girlfriends will do, is further create a divide between men and women and just keep making us lonelier and angrier at each other. And this is something that we should all be fighting against. This is not the future that I want for us. And I know that dating.
This is where everything goes from. This is where everything goes. And I can honestly tell you, this has been the human nature forever. People, you can take anyone in the world, we're finding ways to make relationships, sexual relationships, more and more easier. For instance, I don't know, you created cheap magazines, cheap magazines where you would just put picture of naked women, and all of a sudden even a weak man could see one. Not only a strong, when I mean strong, you get what kind of strong man I mean a strong man over here. Firstly, here is also important, but firstly, here, a strong man. So not only a strong man now could see a naked girl, now a weak one could do as well. It then evolutionized into porn, where he could not only see, photos, but he could also see interactions with videos. Then it grew into OnlyFans, where not only he could see some random one, but he could also see, an unfamiliar girl, but he could have a closer connection to her by, I don't know, paying her money. He could feel special because he had limited access, or any kind of story like this. P.S. Happy I found your stream. You're welcome, man. You can also try to subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm really trying to get 100 subs. And yeah, I will watch your video afterwards, after I finish this topic. So we were talking about porn. Now, next thing, OnlyFans. And the next step is artificial intelligence girlfriends, where men will now not only have access to limited sex or limited girls, but they will also have a specifically private one created for them only. And who knows what the next step is? I cannot really predict it here, but there will always be a next step. The question is how radical it will be and how fast it will be. But you can fight against it, sure, and it's a good thing to do. But I believe that fighting against it will really hold it back for a while. And this while could be long; it can be decades, but you can't hold it forever because progress always because you can't stop progress.
Is hard, the landscape is abysmal, it is often unpleasant, but you should hold out for the real thing. And as women, as a group, we need to do better if this is the alternative. Well, guys.
But I promise to conclude it better in the end, and I will. Uh, what I will add up to this is that why is it a problem for women and why this could be an advantage for guys. This is actually how it always been. If a real man, let's think about this. If an artificial intelligence girlfriend will take away most of the weak men, then those who are actually strong enough to not get sucked into it, and those who will face the challenges that come with going into a relationship, because of the fact that they will become more rare, their value will increase. And it's literally in everything. That's why I said at the beginning, everything is like simply a video game, because the value will grow, which means the choices for a man will open up free. So the moral of this video will actually be a bit unexpected, but it is true. Strong man, and I actually mean strong, again, mentally and physically as well. Every single time it gets easier and easier. The hard part is that you gotta face the problems. But there's always a but. We have the advantage that each year the result of facing the problems, the price we get if we resolve those problems, becomes higher and higher. So, guys, let's be the ones who take all the girls. This was zynovii7 reacting to another Brad Cooper video. Now, you won't believe it for those of you watching this on stream, but I actually do have I have a mood for another video. Yet I did promise my new follower to watch his video before I dive into another Brad Cooper reaction. But it will be on the stream and it will be uploaded in a couple days on YouTube. That being said, I thank you for watching this. If you're watching this on replay specifically, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in my other reactions.